Also, I'm not sure if my stats on the right are correct. I believe I'm at 9 now, though I wrote 8. I'll have to double check. It's either 8 or 9, but anyways. Let's get into it. This isn't going to be a super long stream, however, because, well, for one, I don't have enough games downloaded to go super far into it. I have the rest of M, the English games for M. So we have a good maybe 11, 12 games to test tonight. Let's make sure that's going. Reset. Uh-oh. Why isn't my controller working? Oh no. Shit. Oh no. Eh. Let me unplug my PS4 controller. Sometimes I think that might keep my NES controller from working. I think it's working now. Okay. Let's go easy. Next race, Philadelphia, PA. That does not look like where Philadelphia is. I feel like there's a little... Well, again, this isn't a very well-shaped map of the United States, so... I guess we'll just pretend it is. Time trial heats. Can we pick our truck? No? Oh god. Is this like a Micro Machines type of game? I think it is. Wait, where am I? Oh, I'm that one. Uh-oh. Why can't I back up? Oh no, what is what's going on? Oh. Okay, we can't back up. Wow, this does not control well at all. Like, we played the Micro Machines games. Those don't control well, but I think that's kind of part of the game. Because I played later Micro Machine Racer type games, and they don't control well, but I think that's part of it. This, though, I don't know. Might be a little too early to really judge it. You turn very slow. I'll give it that. Well, the direction pad, at least for Game Boy, and I'm quite sure all the way up until maybe like the 3DS. Maybe not even the 3DS has like a touch sensitive pad, but it doesn't matter how hard you mash it or hold down on the directional pad. It's only going to go one speed. With that being said, it turns quite slow in comparison to your speed. And yeah, I know monster trucks race. It's not all about just crushing cars and all that. But is that going to be part of the game at all? We get to just crush stuff? After 3 attempts, he still did not qualify for the main race. Let's try the next race location. Oh, at least we can go to the next location. Baltimore. Okay, so I think the issue with this map is... I don't know, it's like a sizing issue. Like, the perspective is all weird. So it's making Baltimore look like it's literally, like, right between the middle of the East Coast, when it's kind of more north than that. Again, I'm complaining about Game Boy map graphics. I played enough of these so far that nothing really is getting to me too much. Like, nothing's really making me go, holy shit, this is amazing, but I'm also playing these games expecting them not to be good. Because they really aren't. I mean, there's plenty of well, not plenty, but there's a handful of good Game Boy games. You're mainly, I mean, they're there for the fact that you can play them anywhere, sorta, at the time. This was pre-rechargeable batteries, so... Well, actually, I think... Maybe not Game Boy. I think Game Boy Color had a ability to get, like, a rechargeable pack, but... It wasn't... It definitely wasn't something you could find. Not easily. Game Boy Advance, though. Game Boy Advance had a... You could literally put rechargeable batteries in the Game Boy Advance. What just happened? There's a reason my truck stopped moving. But again, those I don't think work super well. And you had to use like a specific brand. You couldn't just put any rechargeable battery pack into a Game Boy Advance. Game Boy SP though, that was rechargeable, I believe. I really strongly remember plugging in my Game Boy SP every time the battery got low on it. So I think the SP was like, it was stock rechargeable. That thing never took batteries. I feel like I could be completely wrong on that, but my headcanon is telling me that the SP has rechargeable batteries. Anyways, this game sucked. So, what should I even rate this? It's been so long that I'm not even 100% sure what a good scaling would be. It's definitely not high, that's for sure. Yeah, I played Micro Machines games on it, right? Yeah. Anyways, next game is a game that I actually think we tested out because someone who's a big Mortal Kombat fan came on stream and decided to show them while they were here. However, I do remember that the re-release of Part 1 on Game Boy that also came with Part 2, because the original Part 1 for Game Boy was broken as hell, in the fact that it was just broken, it didn't work. So when they put out Part 2, I think they released versions that also had Part 1. Though I vaguely remember when we were trying to test this out, it didn't work. So let's find out if it doesn't work. And I don't think it does. Yeah, it's not working. So every time I try to start the game, it just resets the game. And I'm not pressing the wrong button. I'm pressing all 2 possible buttons that's on the Game Boy controller. Neither A nor B is working. So this doesn't work. Let's see. I wish the folder would put me back, like, I wish it would highlight the game that I'm on so I don't have to scroll all the way down again. I know you guys can't see it, but... Let me make sure I have this listed right. Okay. Now, we've technically already tested this game, but I feel like doing it again. Also, I didn't leave a score on it. I just put K. Who is this by? Software? Was it Software Creations? Was that the name of the company? Kind of a very vanilla ass name for a company. Williams Entertainment. Okay. Let's give MK free another go. Press and start. So, who should we play as? It's not a noob, is it? I'm not sure if noob was around this early in the series. Guess we'll play as him. Or why not? Oh, it says credits, just like the arcade. Oh. Sector? Is he the one that could, like, blow up planets and stuff? Freaking absurd. Now, I don't know any of the finisher moves. I know when I played this for the one time for stream, the person that was in here knew all the finishers. And they're the same ones that are for the console. So if you know the ones for console, they also work for the Game Boy version. But I don't know them, so probably not going to be seeing any fatalities. And even then, the fatalities I don't think are that great. They could be wrong, but I think this might actually be rated T. This might not be rated M. I feel like the move I was using was freaking broken. Oh, see? About as far as I can get with that. Also, hey, ghost. Oh, Bart. I think this is so you can pick out the stage. I vaguely remember that's how the first game worked. But, whatever. You like, what is it? Like a nut punch? An underhand nut punch? Oh, shit. Trying to figure out how to do the move where I was phasing through the ground. Oh, we're getting our ass whooped. I'm not sure if this is taking like diagonal inputs at all. I don't think the Game Boy could. But it might be, like, combos might work if you go, like, right, then up. Zindel. Oh my god. I'm trying to see if I can get some type of combo going. Going up, down, left, right, all kinds of things. What kind of special move is happening? Also, do we even walk? I feel like we're kind of just like phasing through the air. Because I know Sindel can like hover, but I'm not sure if that's what they're going for in this game. Oh my god. Seems like everyone has like a underhand nut punch type of move. Well, somehow we just won. Well, we didn't win, so one more round. Tiebreaker. Oh, we just did a move. I don't know how I'm doing it so many times. Now I can't do it again. Oh, just did it. I don't know how. I'm pressing like down and then punch. I think it's more than that. Oh, scheisse! We're gonna lose! I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the finisher moves. Okay, well. That was 5 minutes. Again, in comparison, I don't really know how to rate these because it's been so long since I've done this. Just kind of skimming through the list to see if I can find any other fighting games. I have Killer Instinct on here pretty high, honestly. I have it as like a 3.75. I don't remember what that was like. We might check that again at the end of the stream. Because we don't have too many games I have downloaded at the moment. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go through these again. Like, properly compare the ratings I have listed on here. It's been a hot minute since I played these games. Since I did the Game Boy streams. Where are we? I not see it. Okay. Mortal Kombat 3. Is it on here twice? Huh. There's no way it's been that long since I played these. No way. Okay, that must have been the date that I downloaded them. Has to be. Yeah, it is. Okay. Kind of freaking out there. But even then, holy shit. That's a long time ago. Next game is another racing game. Motocross Maniacs by Konami. I have high hopes. Konami was making good games at this point, right? Of course they were. Castlevania was already out. Okay, Motocross Maniacs. This game sounds familiar. I'm not sure if I've ever played it, but I've definitely heard of it before. Is that chorus? Oh boy. 1 level. A. Oh boy. Never qualifying. Is this just Excite Bike? What? What's going on? Oh, what the hell? Oh, I'm like... My momentum is making me stop in like a dime when I let go. Ow! Oh my gosh. I'm pretty bad at Excite Bike, so... Excite Bike was just Nintendo, right? It wasn't a third-party company, I don't think. Could be wrong on that, so... Also, we have a nitrous meter. We're literally spitting flames. When did the nitrous and flames mean-ish thing kind of start? Because technically, I mean, visually, the flames don't do shit. It's for expelling, like, gas, but at least street legal nitrous doesn't actually put out any type of gas. Or, like, flame, I mean. So, the flame part is almost always just aesthetic. And most of the time it's not even done because, for one, it's, well, it's a flame. So there's potential safety issues with it. Also, it's illegal. The only time you could do it would be, like, at a show. But, yeah. I don't know the exact science behind it, but... Did we not qualify? I don't think we qualified. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just wasted all my nitrous. Shit. Oh! Defying gravity. What? How did we crash? Oh! I can't get any momentum. How am I supposed to get up these things? No! Wait. Okay. Let me backflip up there. Wait. How do I even get up there? Can we turn around? I don't think we can turn around. So I can't back up to get enough momentum. Uh-oh. I just stuck? Am I in an unwinnable condition? Select do anything? No. Well, I think this is where our story ends. Our motocross career come to a sudden and abrupt end. Yeah. That being said, let's just go to 8. Oh, you can use a nitrous before the race even starts. Oh. Oh, we're just like floating above the thing. Ow! Oh my gosh. we even get up there? This doesn't control well. It's very touchy. Unlike the Monster Truck Wars game that we played, which is very stiff. Oh wow, that was like no time at all. Anyways, that was Motocross Maniacs. I'm sure someone out there loves this game, but I kind of thought it was shit. Can't all be good, Konami. Can't all be good. Oops. See, can we play a good game tonight? Is that possible? We potentially find one. Oh, I've been really looking forward to this one. Mousetrap Hotel. Milton and Bradley. It's Mousetrap, but it's also a hotel. And I think it was like developed by Milton Bradley. The game, I mean, like the video game, not like the actual game, but also the video game. So does the mouse canonically have a name? Because it says Maxi. Oh no, we have a score. Back when every game had to have a high score. Well, a lot of these games are based off arcade games, which makes sense why they have a high score, the type of game they are. But the thing is that when they're a handheld, even though they're like a port, more or less, the high score mechanic kind of falls apart because you're not ever playing against potentially, well, in arcades you don't really play against other, you claim the stand, you know. Here's a game, get the high score in it, you get the best score. And as long as no one beats you, you're theoretically the best player at that box. Well, until power goes out. Because anytime power goes out on arcade machines, I'm like 90% sure this is the case. Maybe some of them had like some type of protection against this, but whenever power goes out, or I guess this power gets turned off, in an arcade machine, the scores get reset because they don't have like long-term memory storage in those games. At least the arcade booth stands. Cabinets, like our cabinets. Game over. I don't even know what I'm doing. This is nothing like Mouse. I thought this was gonna be like Mousetrap the game, but it's not. Mousetrap. Fun fact, I've actually never played a full game of Mousetrap before. Now I've set up the board for Mousetrap, which takes like an hour to put up. But I've never actually played Mousetrap. I think part of it was because when I would put up like the board and all that, I think I was a bit too young to really know how to... Wait, what? That looks like an item. Can I not claim it? Forgot, I have save states. I can use these. What are these things falling on us? Snowballs? This like small white bowling balls? Is that a cookie? If you give a mouse a cookie, it will develop diabetes. Well, his name is Maxi. I'm sure I've already mentioned Maxi at least once so far, but Is that like canonically the name of the mouse? Oh wait, there's more than one mouse in Mousetrap. There's all the different colors. But is Maxie like the head mouse? See the mouse on the box? He buried in his shit. So, Alice in Chains reference, in case wondering why I'm talking about being buried in shit. Ow. Wait, did these hurt us? I feel like that hit me and didn't even do any damage, aside from when I fell and died. Oh no! Okay, we don't take any fall damage at least. We can't go to the right. Rare for video games that you can't go to the right. You can go to the left though. This is a reverse side scroller. Revolutionary gameplay. Also, that is a refrigerator. Oh, we just got mouse trapped. I walked right into it. Okay, I'm guessing these don't do damage. The balls, at least. Oh, they don't. Oh, they do. What? I'm confused. I totally got hit by like 3 of them, and it did nothing, but when I got hit by one, like right here, I died. Yeah, I just stomped on that, I feel like. Maybe it was on falling. I looked away for like a split second. Are we progressing? Okay, I guess we are. Oh my gosh. This is better than that one game with the pair of mouses that were like... I think they're like a European version of Pinky and the Brain. They're called... what's the name? It was like... Was it like the Hendersons? We'll find out in a sec what they're called. I'm actually kind of committed to going out to finishing this level. Assuming there's levels. Okay, those are definitely the cause of our death. Also, you jump and have no direction in the air. It's borderline like Castlevania 1 controls when you jump. Oh, okay. We didn't even move. We died. God, come on. Oh! Oh, that was a life, apparently? It looked like a film reel or something. Jesus Christ, I couldn't imagine doing this with no save states. I.e., how you would normally play this game. Bought this game the day it came out. Waiting at the video game store by Mousetrap Hotel. Wait a minute, did we just fall back to the bottom of the stage? I feel like we just looped around. Oh, we definitely did. Unless I can keep going left. I can keep going left. Oh, you can duck down? I didn't realize you could duck down. Oh my. Did we escape? Oh my god, are we outside? Oh goodness, what is this? Those ants? I think they're ants. We just got anted. We can jump on top of these at least. Oh. What is this? Probably death. It is. Ow. So even touching that with the top of your head kills you. Great. Real great. Oh no! The ants! Oh, you can't step on the ants. Is this the right, like, size perspective for a mouse compared to an ant? I feel like even with a mouse, they're a little big. Oh. Got stuck. Oh. Wait, what? What has happened? Huh. Oh, well, okay then. We have to juke it? Yes, we have to juke it. Can we touch it, though, once it's on the ground? Yeah? Okay. Can we jump on top of this? No. You also can't touch it while it's in the air. Or you just die. Does the ant trigger it? Oh, the ant triggers it. Okay. Shit. Why was that right here? Oh, okay. Where's the cookie? Ugh. Oh shit, we're over 10 minutes. I can't play. I believe I'm maxed out. I maxed it out with Mousetrap Hotel. Okay, well, we just died. Apparently that was water. I don't even know what to give this, as with all the other games. I give that one Garfield game. Okay, well, give it 2.8. Make a note that I played this with save states. Without save states, I feel like this is horrendous. Sadly, we do not have Mr. Nuts. We will be playing Mr. Nuts on the when we go back through with all the Japanese games, which make up for almost half of the library. However, I think we're going to do the European games after all these, like the European exclusive games. And then we will be doing all the Japanese games. But don't worry, at some point we will be playing Mr. Nuts. Next game is game that I'm not sure if it's going to be racist or not. Probably, potentially, but maybe not. Okay, I guess not. Just Mr. Chin. Maybe Mr. Chin's a real person. I like it that the high score for this is calories. That's nice. Very small thing, but I think it adds a lot to it. It's the fact that the high score is calories. So is this gonna be a puzzle game? Mr. Chin! Huh. What's this? Is this like Lemmings? Somehow we cleared the stage. Oh, well that kills us. What is that? What are those supposed to be? Is this fire? Holy shit, he is super slippery. He's like straight up feels like he's on ice. Oh, apparently we can do that. Okay, well, apparently stage 1 is as far as we go. Oh, that somehow worked. This is essentially Diabetes, the game. So we're putting like these traps on the ground, which I'm not 100% sure what they are. They form like a bridge or something. Oh, for some reason we're in food jail. I'm not a fan of how the Gourmet Paradise was the only text on screen that didn't move when it phased in. All of it moved except for Gourmet Paradise. Alright, Mr. Chin, give it another go. What can I do the thing? Oh, that did a thing. Again, I'm not 100% sure how these things work. I feel like you have to have 2 of them set up, and they form like a bridge, and anything they touch makes them fall through. Not fall through, but turn into whatever they're supposed to be. Well, somehow those just turn into fruits, or whatever they are. Okay. Also, our score didn't reset, I don't think. Yeah, our calorie meter's the same as it was before. The way I can set this up? Oh no, I guess not, because it can't go that way. Okay, so there's one right here, so I feel like anything in between these 2 are gonna turn. Oh shit. Damn it, move. Ow! God, he's so slippery. It's absurd how slippery he is. Okay, 2 of them fell somehow. Oh my god, no! No! Do I have a reset button? I don't. Not a reset, but a rewind button. I thought I had it mapped, but apparently I don't. Shit. Look at my score reset this time. Okay, I think I get the game a bit more. Like, it's pretty straightforward. You just have to have 2 of them. Well, you have to have 1 set. And then... What's this one doing? Anything in between. Oh my god, he's so slippery! I'm like, just the tip. It's barely touching the tip in there. Oh, fuck. Super floaty in the air as well. Jet. Okay. You have to like barely touch controller. Give me that. Bonus stage. Gimme. Yum, 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 yum. Wait, why can't I pick them up? Give me a food! Shit. Well, that was Mr. Chin's Gourmet Paradise. That was an okay game. I suppose if you're into like a puzzle-esque kind of high score, not high score really, but because there is levels, it's not just your score doesn't really matter, I guess. Question mark. Next game. Another Mr. game. This one is Mr. Dell by Ocean of America. Oh shit. Ocean game. Oh lordy. Oh, what? Oh, oh my god, what the hell was that? What did I just witness? I don't understand my weapon. Wait, what? What is happening? I feel like it's trying to be like Pac-Man, but oh, also like Dig Dug apparently. There is way too many enemies on the screen. This is just the first stage. We did stage 1, though. Yeah, I do not understand our weapon. Like, you shoot it, it goes out, and then you have to wait for it to come back in. And it doesn't just hit everything around it. When we die, we, like, implode on ourselves. Oh, boy. Leg. Damn it, leg. I'm gonna assume this series didn't have a major rain in the Bomberman slash Dig Dug slash Pac-Man-esque game scene. Wait, why can I... Ah! Damn it. Trying to defeat all of these guys. I think that's the goal. I should go without saying. You can just straight through, like, straight up go through all these. Though, those can also fall on you, like in Dig Dug. Game over. Ah, boy. Oh me, oh my. Who's Mr. Doe? Or Mr... I keep saying Doe, but maybe it's Do? I'm saying Doe because that would be the Japanese way of saying it, but... This might not even be a Japanese game in origin. It's probably just Mr. Do. Mr. Do what? Mr. Throw a ball at an enemy, then takes 10 seconds to get it back? Throw it again? No! Where'd he go? My little ball just like scampered away this time. What are you doing? Oh, he actually hit the thing on the way back. You're actually doing stuff. See, it only hits like right in front of you, and it doesn't hit anything when you're when it's spinning around past you. If it did that, I feel like that would, for one, definitely make it more... I feel like that would make it a better game if you had it like that. It would be way easier. I mean, the difficulty, you can just make it so there's harder enemies and more enemies. Well, I guess, yeah, maybe more, but you don't have to make it so you shoot it once and then wait literally 10 seconds, like I just said. 10 seconds, it feels like, before you can shoot it again. Also, the hand for the start is very scary looking. He only has 4 fingers, which I get it. You know, cartoons only have 4 fingers usually. But, for one, was this a cartoon? I am not akin to whether or not this was based off a cartoon. Well, that being said, it's been over 5 minutes. So I can promptly quit this game. I have no idea what I'm gonna give this game. What did I give? I feel like I played a variation of Bomberman on here, but need a... Okay. Yeah. The 2 might be a little low, because I'm sure someone out there probably likes this game. And again, like I said, I'm not the biggest Bomberman fan, and I feel like it kind of has some elements of that. But also kind of elements of Dig Dug, which I do like Dig Dug, don't get me wrong. Dig Dug's a very fun game. But I don't know. I feel like the combination of the two, it's kind of. Also, your weapon's pretty horrendous. Yeah. Next game. Next game is... Wait, one sec. Why do I not have Mystic Quest on here? Yeah, Game Boy stuff. We're going for the library, testing out every game. All the Japanese games are going to be after the initial A to Z run. We're almost done with M. This is about like the 20th stream of this I've done. And also about half of the games are Japanese, so we're not even halfway through with this. Though alphabetically we are, we still haven't done the Japanese, so we're less than halfway done. Uh so a hot take, most Game Boy games aren't great. Most of them are just puzzle games, which is understandable what they are. A lot of them are more or less arcade ports, and a lot of them are just kind of puzzle games or whatever, but yeah, Tetris, I mean, I'm not a huge Tetris fan, but you know, if you like Tetris, Game Boy Tetris is great. I don't know what's my little VTube dog doing. There's been a couple games so far. I could read off that list. I believe Resident Evil Gaiden is on Game Boy Color. That game is notoriously one of the worst Game Boy games ever made, I believe. Though I do think I've actually played it before on my own, like a long time ago. And I don't think it was that bad. It's more of like a... If you ever played a golf game, you have to do the thing where you have to hit the line, kind of like a specific line that goes back and forth. You have to hit the middle, then you have to hit it again, and that's how you do damage to zombies. It's kind of like a quick time-ish like thing. I don't think it was that bad, but apparently it's notoriously considered, well, rated at least, the worst Game Boy game. I'm sure there's way worse out there, but we'll get to Game Boy Color games when we get to Game Boy Color games. There's plenty of those. Thankfully, they're gonna probably be overall way better than Game Boy games. Just my hot take on that. Mega Man, um, the issue with Mega Man, I'll actually load one up because there's 5 of them, if you can believe that. 5, literally 5 of them for the Game Boy. And uh my issue with it is it's way too zoomed in. These games they're only 4 bosses, which is understandable. There's limitations to how much stuff you can have on here. Oh yeah, the console Mega Man were fine. The handheld Mega Mans, aside from, well, the Game Boy handhelds, because the ones for the Advance were really good. In my opinion, like the Battle Network games, those were really fun. And Bass. Not Bass, Bass. It's supposed to be Bass, but I think the joke is people call it Bass. But the character Bass is like a Mega Man spin-off game. That game's really good. That's for the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, the screen's a bit too zoomed in. This is the 4th one. I do know they get a bit better the farther on you go. Like, the first one for the Game Boy is horrendous. This one isn't much better. Like, it's not bad from what I've played of 4 and 5. 2 and 3 felt... 2 and 3 just felt... I can't explain it. I guess kind of like how the original, like, 1 and 2 felt, in my opinion. They were just too sluggish. Also, this is very sluggish. Funny that, it also applies to handheld, as with console. Because I think we sometimes foolishly forget that majority of the Mega Man games had horrendous lag. It is due to hardware limitations, yes, but I don't know. They should have just done less, at least with the NES one. Super Nintendo handles it a lot better because of the upgrading hardware, but the NES games, they should have just done less so they didn't lag as much. What's booty, though, is the Steam versions also lag, which there's honestly no reason why they should lag. That should be able to be removed, but the port, like the Mega Man collection for Steam, is like, most people hate it because they just say it's a very lazy port. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything to, for one, help with the lag. And they didn't do any, like, quality of life things. It's just a straight up, it's almost an emulation. That's pretty much just all it is. It's not even a solid port. It's just, it's an emulation that you pay for on Steam if you want the collection. And I know they got better. Because I think they are just recently released the X series on Steam. Or maybe they've been out for a while. And maybe I'm thinking of the Battle Network games that they've just recently put out on Steam. But apparently those had notoriously good reviews. People said that they did a good job with them. Oh, you could turn the slowdown off? Like, at some point they had to have patched it to have the slowdown removed. Even though the slowdown was just lazy porting. I know when it first came out on Steam, you couldn't... It was just an emulation. Oh, the PS4 version? Yeah, okay, that makes more sense, because I don't think the Steam version, you could do anything. And it was really only an issue for, like, again, the NES versions, and the first one for the Super Nintendo, which I think is 4? That had a lot of lag. And like 5 and 6 were pretty smooth. Yeah, I mean, this isn't bad. The first one for Game Boy, which I don't have downloaded because for some reason I cannot find a copy of it. anywhere to download. We load up 2. See if there's a... There should be a noticeable difference. At least gameplay. Visually, it might not look much different. Third was the best one? Yeah. Well, I think 3 was pretty good. I can't remember what my favorite Mega Man was. It wasn't 3, though. Yeah, yeah, everyone's playing Mario RPG. 4 to 6. I mean, to be fair, they all kind of start blending together. It's pretty much just the same game over and over again. Which isn't bad, I guess. I mean, if you like the gameplay, having, you know, different stages, different powers, different bosses, but essentially the same game, isn't bad, I guess. The issue, though, is that if you don't like Mega Man, you probably wouldn't like any of the Mega Mans. At least, like, with the original, I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that like Mega Man X, but don't like original Mega Man. I really like Mega Man X1 and 2. I think I played 3 and didn't really like part 3. I don't remember really having an issue with Mega Man X. I also barely remember, because when I played all the Mega Man games for the first time, like ever, I played them back to back, so they all kind of blended in together in my head. I played the Battle Network games as well. I think the Battle Network games. Not the ones that are like a card game, but the ones that you had like a... You had like a sword? Like a laser sword? I played for all those. And I really like those, honestly. They're for the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, but again, this is Mega Man 2. All of them for the Game Boy look the same. It's the exact same UI. Yeah. Platforming. With the bottomless pit. I'm trying to remember it. I mean, there's a lot of bottomless pits in Mega Man, so I can't really pinpoint it, but I don't know. Again, it's been so long since I played them, but I don't think I had an issue with X. Which is surprising, because I'm actually pretty bad at Mega Man. I'm not paying attention, honestly. I'm looking off the screen. But Mega Man in general, I'm not very good at. Wily Stage 1. Was it windy? Like, was the stage windy where it was, like, pushing you around and all that? Okay, I think I remember now. And yeah, you know what? That did give me a lot of trouble now that I think about it. I always use save states, so that's another thing. I didn't like abuse save states, but if I got to an area where it was like if it's like a very hard area that took me many tries and I'm like 80% done, but I could potentially mess it up at the very end, I would save state, because I'm not doing that all over again. Screw that. Yeah, original RA1's not an easy game. A lot of it, I think, is because there's ways you can like you can soft lock yourself in that game. I think, right? Because some bosses you have to have um a weapon aside from like a knife, and you can, I think, soft lock yourself. Maybe in the original version, maybe the director's cut fixed it, because I know the director's cut fixed some issues that a lot of people complain about in the very, very original release of Resident Evil. But yeah, let's get back to. There's only a couple left I have on here. For M's at least. I do not have any NOP, etc. downloaded at the moment, so I'm gonna have to do that before I do another one of these streams. Rev 1 burnt you out? Oh, you finished Rev 1? What do you think of it? Like, on a scale of, not even a scale. Do you think it was good? For being on the 3DS, I think it's pretty damn amazing, actually. I completely forgot that was originally for the 3DS. 6.5 out of 10. Was the story any good? Or was the story kind of like, did it feel like a did it feel like a non-canon like story, in the sense that the canon stories are usually pretty good and then the offshoot games kind of are eh? Oh, you barely remember it? Well, I think that kind of goes without saying that it probably wasn't good if you can't remember it. It wasn't compelling to remember. Probably wasn't good. Also, Mulan. This came out in 1998. This was a year after the Game Boy Color came out. 10 years, well, almost 10 years after the Game Boy came out. You can even imagine that. Game Boy had games coming out for it 10 years after it came out. Actually, more than that, because Pokemon Yellow came out in 99. Pokemon Yellow was a Game Boy game. So a solid decade of Game Boy games. Again, not a whole lot came out. Like, once the Game Boy Color came out, most of the games were then Game Boy Color. But they were making, like this, for example, I'm quite sure there's also a Game Boy Color version of Mulan handheld. I don't see why they wouldn't, knowing Disney. And the fact that it's THQ. THQ makes games for like every movie ever made. Uh, oh yeah, Toy Story 2 for the Nintendo 64 slash PS1. Yeah, it's one of my favorite games. Is a very solid collectathon. Um, you know, it has some issues, but for what it is, it's really good. And there's a lot of game to it. It's not a game that you, unless you're like really good at it and know, um, well, I'm trying to think about it. It's been so long since I played it. There's a good amount of length to it. It's not a short game. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, the construction level. I think that level used to scare me as a kid. I don't know why. Construction level is aids when you get to the top and then fall off. I remember doing that several times. Also the tree, because there was a token. I think there's actually a boss battle on the top of the tree, which was, my god, that tree was so hard to climb. It was the second stage, because it was post Andy's room slash house, is once you get outside and you have access to the yard. And you have to climb all the way up to the tree, and it's so easy to fall off that thing. But real quick, um, yeah, memory pack. Um, some of the games I played so far on here that, sure if I can show, but there's a game on here called Avenging Spirit, which apparently got a semi remake for the Switch recently. It's a pretty cool game. You're like a ghost and you inhibit people's bodies, like enemies' bodies, and then you can use them and their powers and all that. Bonk's Revenge slash Adventure. I think that was originally a NES game, but the Game Boy version is real good. Castlevania 2, Castlevania Legends, both great. There's another Castlevania game for the Game Boy, but I don't have it on here. It didn't make the list. DK Land 3. Game about Hammering Harry. That was actually really good. Gargoyle's Quest, which is the prequel to Demon's Quest. That game is amazing. That's one of the best SNES games out there. Kid Dracula, which is actually in the Castlevania canon, sort of. Kid Dracula is considered kind of a Castlevania game. And of course, Pokemon kind of goes without saying. Wii U one, play it again, maybe. Aladdin, I got it. Aladdin for console was real good. Um, Game Boy though, not great. Yeah, I've played. I played almost every Castlevania. I feel like. Actually, that's not true. I haven't played Lament of Innocence, which is a PS2 game. Actually, a game that I played on streaming at one point. I'm gonna emulate it because I don't own it, but okay, Castlevania 64. There's actually two Castlevania games for Nintendo 64, if you can believe that. And they came out like at the exact same time. It was weird, but um, they're notoriously hated. However, there's a lot of people out there that love them. They say they're great games. They're kind of misunderstood. Uh, I've played one of them. I didn't finish it, and I didn't hate it. I don't think it was great though. Like in comparison to all the other Castlevanias, I don't think it was that good at all. However, um, sec, let me get my notes up here so I can. I know one of the Castlevania games has a really bullshit kind of like you have to do like a potion making thing, but you have to do a thing where you can't. It's kind of like the chicken fox grain type of puzzle, but it involves carrying it from like one part of the castle to the other. However, there's like a trip mechanic, so you can trip over things, and you can trip over it and lose it and explodes. And you have to do it in like both directions, and it takes like 10 minutes to do, so it's possible to invest like 10 minutes into it and then trip, fall, and then have to do it all over again. Castlevania. Oh yeah, you're definitely kind of missing out. If 1 and 2 are, I don't know. 1 and 2 are, well, for one, they're hard as shit. Castlevania 1's one of the hardest games ever made. I would say 2 is a little bit of a, yeah, you're right, it's a bit of a step down, though I do feel like it was a little easier than 1. Part 3, though. Part 3 is when it starts getting real good. And Castlevania 4 is incredible. Castlevania 4 is one of the best SNES games out there. It's 1, 2, and 3 for the Nintendo, the original Nintendo, and well, Super Castlevania 4 / Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo is an amazing game. Yeah, Part 2 has some really weird bullshit things that you pretty much have to use a guide to figure out how to do it. There's like parts in the game that no normal person, or at least someone that doesn't spend hours picking the game apart, would ever figure out. There's like very, very convoluted puzzles in Part 2. And Rondo of Blood's really good, even though it never got an official US release. It was translated and then later put out on, like, it might be on like the PlayStation Network now, but for a long time there was no official translation of it. Rondo of Blood, I think, is also what the current, like the new Castlevania anime is about. Like the second one, like Nocturne, Castlevania Nocturne. I think that's based off of Rondo of Blood. And yeah, the Game Boy Advance games are also very good. Well, the later two. The first one's kind of but they get better and better. The last one for the Game Boy, the third one in the Game Boy Advance release, Aria of Sorrows, one of my favorite games ever. I think it's one of the best Game Boy Advance games. It's definitely top 5. It's huge too. It's insane how big that game is and how all that can fit on a Game Boy Advance cartridge. The DS games are real good. I plan on playing Order of Ecclesia, which is the third Castlevania DS game, on stream at some point. I actually never finished that game because it was a game that I emulated on my old laptop, and when I got like 75% of the way down the game, my laptop broke, and I just never got to finishing it. But that game's also real fun. I think that's the best DS one. But I would definitely want to stream that at one point. It's on my list of games to, at some point, emulate and play. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku. Mario Advance, yeah. I wasn't a fan of Sonic Advance. Well, the thing is that I'm not a fan of, like, 2D, like the 2D style Sonic games all that well. Not saying that I'm a big fan of the 3D ones. Let's not get it twisted here. but not a huge fan. But I understand, like, if you like Sonic, like 2D Sonic, then the advanced games you would also really like. Yeah, Jimmy Neutron. I think I had Jet Fusion, and I had Attack the Twonkies. There was another one, but I never had that one. Yeah, I at one point had almost all the Cartoon Network Game Boy Advance games. Like any game that was Cartoon Network based that came out on Game Boy Advance, I had those. I had Revenge of the Flying Dutchman and Creature from the Krusty Krab. That game kind of sucked. It was a THQ game. Though I think Creature also was, but not Creature, Revenge of the Flying Dutchman was also THQ, but it was like, for some reason in like 2005, THQ got really bad with their games. Like handheld games at least, got really bad. Oh, Battle for Bikini... What, you're talking about the console? Battle for Bikini Bottom? That's one of my favorite games as well. That's the one game I actually... Well, there's a couple games. Well, obviously, Resident Evil 4, but I tried to speedrun Battle for Bikini Bottom for a while. The original, because... Well, for one, Rehydrated only came out a couple years ago. And that's solely because of how big the speedrunning community for that game is. It's pretty huge. Yeah, Battle for Bikini Bottom. But I used to try to speedrun it, the original, because you can't do the speedrun tricks on the new one. They cut them all out. But that game is so hard. It's like Mario 64 levels of intricacy of speedrunning that game. It is a very difficult game to run. But just as like a vanilla game, that game is incredible. For the fact that it came out in 2003, oh my god, the game is so good. Best SpongeBob game. Nothing touches it. Nothing comes close. The remake's very good. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the remake. It's just, if you were to speedrun it, anyone who speedruns it plays the original, so you can do all the tricks in it. Because the modern version, you can't do any of the speedrun tricks. The minigame, lights, camera, pants. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with playing Rehydrated. It's just if for whatever reason you decide to speedrun it, you'd want to speedrun the original, not the remake. Well, it's not a remake, it's a remaster. Because it's the same game. Nothing's removed and nothing's really taken out. Also, we're Mulan in it. We have a weapon. Oh, yes, that's our weapon. Look at our arms. Do you see that? Our arms are like flopping. Yeah, it ain't great. Oh my gosh. So I have to get far enough so the ball will hit them. But they come back after a certain... Look at that! Okay, No! Damn it! Oh my gosh! Oh boy. Imagine being at Walmart in 1998. On one side, there's Pokemon Red and Blue. On the other side, there's Mulan for the Game Boy. You say, like, oh boy, I like Mulan. It had a dragon that talked, voiced by Eddie Murphy. Pokemon? What the hell's Pokemon? Oh, we're juggling. We're just juggling now. What's weird about Pokemon is that it's like... At least for like when it came out compared to my age, it's like there's never a time that I didn't know what Pokemon was. I was the god of the fray! Thank you for the 25 bits. We're out here Mulaning, and we're drowning. That's canonical, right? Mulan drowns at the end. It was a sequel to Mulan. Can you believe that? It was a direct-to-video release, I believe. Oh yeah, of course, Kirby. Forgot about Kirby. Kirby Dream Land was a very early release. Oh yeah, we're just straight up drowning. Our arms are just flapping in the wind. Look at that. Look at her arms. They're straight up just wobbling. Oh, well. Oh goodness. What did they do to you? Mulan is defeated. Shan Yu conquers the Imperial Army and rules China with evil tyranny. What else is new? Well, the PS1 version is the one that doesn't have Toy Story 2 music. The Nintendo 64 version had Toy Story 2 music, I think. If not, then I'm having like an aneurysm here and misremembering my childhood. The PS1 version had like a completely different soundtrack. Have you played the really bad turret game? Not yet, because we're at M's. At some point, we will eventually play that game. Train hard and prove to Shang that you are worthy to become a soldier. Oh, we can run. Oh my god, look at this run. 1998, by the way. This wasn't a is when Mulan came out, but this is a 1998 Game Boy release. It looks like it came out in 91, 92. Okay, let's see if we can get these jumps. You know what? I have to... Okay, let's run and jump. Oh my god. Well, we barely just made that. Also, why is my camera so far... Yeah, oh, never mind. There we go. Yeah, the OG Mario. Hold on. Oh, we're barely making it. Like landing on the tip. Let me... Oh, so I was driving around town the other day. Like a part of town that I haven't been in a while. And I shit you not, there is a pizza place Like a little hole-in-the-wall pizza place called Super Mario Pizza. I'm just waiting for Nintendo to send a representative down from the mystical land of Japan to have them cease and desist their restaurant. That's usually how that works out. I know Disney did that for like well they do it all the time for like big things, but it was that one thing excuse me. It was like a hospital or something, and they had a bunch of Marvel paintings on the wall, and Disney like ordered them to remove it. Game & Watch, yeah. Yeah, we played the Game & Watch games on Game Boy. Which, they're all, like, they're the Game & Watch games, but they have the Nintendo characters in them. Because the original Game & Watch was just black and white stick figures. But the later remakes of the Game & Watch games had Nintendo characters replaced instead of the Game & Watch, like, little stick figures. Oh yeah, it's unbearable. Because these things keep popping up. And you have to... You can't shoot while crouched. So, the throw and the run button is the same button as well. Again, I get it. There's only 2 buttons on the Game Boy, but oh my god. I don't know why I'm still doing this. I'm losing my freaking mind. This was bad. This is really bad. This is a contender of being on the list of the worst. I should just remove the score for Bubsy 2 because I think just the worst game so far is Bubsy 2. This, though, this is a close second. And it's not even like this in the kind of a I don't know how to play / the game's just hard to play / not fun. But this, I mean, I feel like it's very straightforward what you have to do. And oh boy, is it not good. And the fact that it came out in '98, I think that makes it even worse. That it's such a late release for a Game Boy game and it's this bad. At least we got to a new part. Hold on. How do we... So, okay, the animation for climbing up, like at the top here, that's actually very smooth. It kind of looks like it's motion capture. Obviously isn't, because it wouldn't have been motion cap back then, but it's very smooth. That small part. That being said, the walk cycle, look at the arms. That's just, what the hell? Oh. Look at that. Our legs are literally just wood. Our whole half, the bottom half of our body is just a plank of wood, pretty much. Yeah, the background animation, the background art is terrible. It's literally just gray outlines of trees. Okay, that swing was pretty nice. That swinging animation. Probably can't do it again without falling off somehow, but... Yeah, why can I climb up here now? Get up there! For some reason I can't climb up. Oh, we have full health. It doesn't even matter. It's just gonna get arrowed. There we go. This is the end of Mulan. Just gets pelted by arrows. Okay, let me get the next game loaded up. Oh yeah, now I remember why I don't have Mystic Quest on there, because Mystic Quest is Final Fantasy Adventure. And we've already played that, or tested it out. I don't know the exact reasoning for why it was called that in Europe. Oh my god, the dog's freaking out. Yeah, see the thing is that a lot of these games aren't, well, okay, most of them are bad. But a lot of them are bad because they're just not fun. Most of them are just puzzle games, and you kind of have to like the type of puzzle. For example, if you don't like Tetris, you're not going to like Tetris-like-esque games for the most part. If you don't like if you don't like Mahjong, you're not going to like a Mahjong-based game. We will be playing Mr. Nuts at some point, but Mr. Nuts is a European exclusive. So that's going to be at the very end. There's not a whole lot of European exclusives, so it's going to be kind of a short amount of games that will be after the initial list and then the Japanese games, because again, almost half of these games are Japanese games. And we're doing all the English non-Japanese, the games that never had a Japanese release. Games that never had a US/Europe release, we are not doing until the very end, and then we're going to go through with those. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. I was doing this pretty regular. I was doing it every night on top of the other stream I was doing, but kind of got caught up with something else and haven't done this for a while. Why can't I find what game I'm on? Mysterium. That's the name of this game. I'm gonna assume it's a puzzle game, but it looks at just the screen alone, I feel like it's gonna be a puzzle game. OG Dragon Ball, 1-3 episodes a day. Yeah, I recently watched all of, well, I've watched a lot of Dragon Ball sporadically, because when it used to air, on Toonami before Dragon Ball Z, I would watch it. And I remember, like, I've watched full arcs and all that, but I've never watched it from start to finish all at once, and I did that a couple years back. on this very difficult task. We have provided pools of fire. What the hell is going on? So that you may transmute what you fought, and thus create what you will need to solve the mystery of the Mysterium.